Hello everyone and welcome back to another Magical Moon video. It's a beautiful day here in France. We've been blessed with the rains, but now we've got the sun and the grass and everything is growing as you look at it, which is fantastic for all the animals. All the horses are out, the legends are done. We've got a job to be getting on with, which we spoke about in the last video, and Toby's going to give me a hand. What it means is that the Poitou princesses are going to have that bit of a refuge when very soon the weather's going to turn. We are heading into autumn and then it's going to be the winter. So we need to make preparations, and this is the first step in many of what's to come. We're here at the wood store department. Well, it's actually just the area outside where, well, when Nanny came with Petra, we originally were going to extend the lean-to or the forge where the little donkeys are now. But it's ever evolving here, and as the animals, well, their needs change, we've got to change with them, and it's really, really important that, you know, we're just able to be flexible. So the next bit is getting this over to where the Poitou princesses are. And that's the lovely little Eeyore. So he is the smallest of all the donkeys, but he definitely has a good set of lungs on him. And I think he agrees. He's just poking his head out the side of the forge, looking at the bigger donkeys. They're just going out. So we're going to go round there now and show you what we're going to do. They're so inquisitive whenever anything's going on. Well, they love being around us, which is, yeah, it's really, really nice. They're very interactive. But I think we're going to have to move them out of the area. They'll have to go down to the field when we start construction. You can see behind me, this is the back of Toby's house, or the side wall of Toby's house. And there's a bit of overgrowing tree. We've got a branch we've been meaning to get off the roof. And that's just going to give us a clear access. So what I propose is we put some hangers on the wall. We're going to do it. It's a bit rough and ready. It's not pretty, it's very practical. And we're going to come off and we're going to go over so we can just extend what they've got. And I mentioned in an earlier video, or the last video, that then we're going to clad the outside, and that's just going to give them shelter. But moreover, more importantly, is that the donkeys really need a dry area. They need somewhere to be able to come to so that they can get out of the mud. So we're going to then, once we've done the construction, we've got to make a little trench down the front here, just where Pip's looking at, and that will stop any of the water going onto the floor area, and obviously it's going to be covered, so the trench is going to go round the outside. That's probably the first job, and then while Toby's helping, or he can be carrying on with that, I can start measuring up how we're going to hang the roof. We're going to need to buy some more sheets. At the moment we've got the traditional corrugated iron, which we had everywhere here, but we've had clear outs after clear outs, and we've moved stuff around, and we've also built stuff, and we've reused or replaced roofs where we needed to. So we're going to have to buy the sheets for this area, and maybe even there, but I'm hoping we can leave that. It is very oldie woldy, and it's just amazing what they did. Jenny will get some shots of the original construction. It is very, very rustic. So let's get on with it. The trench is coming on a treat, and I found this, which I think is an old-fashioned, we call them a gate lock, but you'd put that through the chain and then it would engage, and they used them in the old days for like big cattle grids and stuff like that. Just a nice find. But what we're going to do, we're going to increase the front of the trench, so where you've seen we've made it pretty broad and the front's going to be deeper, and then we're going to lay some membrane or geotextile in the trench, a little French drain, which is a pipe with lots of little slits in it which lets the water through. Then we cover it in pea shingle, wrap the membrane over, and then finish the whole trough with shingle on top, so it's going to look nice. And Jenny's got some ideas for growing stuff in it. I think it's going to be really good. But the first challenge I've got here is when I looked at the posts in line with Toby's house, these posts are slightly, well, at the moment they're a bit too far forward, and I want to be able to put my piece of wood up into here. So I'm going to get rid of this little bit of concrete, and there's a bit of reinforcing bar, so I've got to cut through here. What that means is my wood's going to sit on here, and the weight will be taken or bared from this concrete upright, and then I can put my joist hanger on. It's going to be a good job, and they'll all be in line. So let's do it. The next phase is to get this piece of wood, once we've measured, get it in position. But what I don't want to do is be trying to hold it up there and mark on the wall and then be trying to level it up. I've got a laser level, so I'm going to reverse it round and then we're going to get a level across. So in theory, all I need to do is cut this and get it into position. They're lovely old bits of wood. They've got a bit of character to them, so it's going to be well within keeping, but they are very, very heavy. Let's do it. As they say, every long journey starts with a single step, and we've started by putting this beam in, this bearer, and it's the front of the new donkey, well, it's going to be their shack, but I think it's going to be really, really good. We're just talking now about maybe continuing across, because I was going to put the new sheets on here. What we might do is bring it up to some sort of, it is very ramshackle on the other side, so we might even just bring the roof all the way through. But the next job is get that bearer at the back, the one that mirrors this, but at the very back of their new shed. And then we can work out what we're doing. And we'll go and have a look, because we've got some ideas about new sheets. And then that will dictate where that middle bearer comes. But I'm really, really happy with it. It's turned out well. And I'm really looking forward to getting all the donkeys prepared for winter and all the other animals. It's just we're making those preparations, and because of you guys for just watching, liking, subscribing, it all makes a massive difference. And of course to the patrons and to the Thomas adopters, it's really, really getting things done, and it's so exciting. I'm looking forward to the future, and more importantly, I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. And on that note, I'm going to say stay magical, and we'll see you next time.